of this with the poultry industry from day one when those troubles started and worked with them.
Now, to cut down on vaccine hesitancy, Dr. Toomey also mentioned that they will not be asking for social security numbers in order to administer the shot, but they will be asking for contact information. That way they can follow up on any side effects and reach back out to them for the second shot.
Necessary information there. Thank you, Tracy. This afternoon, Governor Kemp will join legislative leaders in signing the amended budget for this year. Now, last week they announced they were appropriating about $60 million in order to offer a $1,000 bonus to state workers making less than $80,000 a year. That covers about 57,000 employees. Governor Kemp says it's a way to say thank you for their work throughout the pandemic. Atlanta City Council is not taking President's Day off today. On the agenda for its meeting this afternoon is a resolution about vaccines. It will call on the Georgia Department of Public Health to expand its criteria for Phase 1A plus eligibility. Now, that actually covers healthcare workers, nursing home residents and staff, first responders, and those 65 and older. The resolution asks that corrections officers, postal workers, grocery store workers, and educators also be added to that group. And right now they fall under 1B. The governor has previously said the state cannot expand eligibility until our supply increases. Georgia currently among those 40 states seeing a decline in new COVID-19 cases. The number of new cases nationwide is down to just a third of what we see about a month ago. And still, Georgia recorded a record high day for new deaths Friday. Our death toll nearing 14,000 since the beginning of the pandemic, and we continue to learn more about the long-lasting impacts of the virus on our bodies. Doctors are tracking a disturbing trend in COVID-19 patients. They're finding blood clots and strokes as potential side effects of this virus. Now, strokes occur when the brain's blood supply is interrupted, usually by a blood clot. There are studies that indicate the virus literally thickens the blood in a nearly quarter of COVID patients. Even those with mild diseases or mild temperatures of the disease, mild symptoms, they can be at risk a month after recovering.
Chemical substances released by our body to fight the COVID-19 infection, but those chemicals actually mess up the pathways in the cascade, which control the level of thinness in our blood.
And doctors point to blood thinners as potential treatment, but right now they cannot identify who would be most at risk. And of course, we're working to keep track for you the COVID-19 numbers and trends every day on 11alive.com. Our interactive map also breaks things down county by county for you so you have a better understanding of what's happening in your neighborhood. All you have to do is look in the coronavirus section. Chesley?
All right, thanks a lot, Francesca. We're looking at, well, let's take a look at Blue Ridge. Live shot there where it looks like things are drying out. Look at that. The roadways are starting to clear out a little bit there. Don't get used to it. I think the rain is coming back to you as we head towards the afternoon. But very interesting up there in the North Georgia mountains where we could even see some frozen precipitation begin to mix in. Really depends on the temperatures and how much they rise for this afternoon. Most places are above the freezing mark. You're talking about upper 30s to low 40s around. So we're looking at just liquid moving through the area right now. It's light for the most part, as you can see, up toward Cherokee County and to Forsyth County. Some light rain, and then down to the south and then South Fulton County as well. Further south, we have some isolated showers around. I'm expecting that to intensify a bit as we head into the afternoon. As this precipitation gets closer to us, it will remain as rain for us, not the snow that you see over toward Memphis and into parts of Mississippi, or the ice for that matter. It will stay liquid for us with temperatures, again, above the freezing mark. We're in the 40s right now, upper 40s down to the south here at 46 right now in LaGrange, 45 in Thomaston, 45 also Peachtree City, 44 right now in Atlanta, 41 degrees in Gainesville. Got a couple 30s up there to the far north, again in the higher elevations where we could see maybe some mixing or maybe even some frozen precipitation up there. You're looking at a temperature close to 50 degrees for this afternoon. We'll drop back down to 48 by 7, but the rain continuing. I suspect the rain will be around at least to about 9, 10 o'clock tonight before it clears out. Francesca?
Chesley, thank you. A child among 2 people killed in Cobb County after police say a family dispute ended in gunfire. It happened around 8:30 last night off Peel Castle Lane in Austell. Police just telling us in the last hour a man and boy were killed and that the shooter is in critical condition after also shooting himself. Atlanta police are now offering a $5,000 reward for information leading to an arrest in the death of a 12-year-old boy. Last Wednesday, David Mack was found shot to death in a wooded area near a creek in southwest Atlanta. His family had reported him missing the night before. So far, police have not offered any possible motive for the shooting. If you have any information that could help police, we have the number for Crime Stoppers on 11alive.com. Fulton County's district attorney is looking into a phone call between Senator Lindsey Graham of South Carolina and Georgia's Secretary of State. That's according to the Washington Post. Now, during the November 13th call, Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger says Graham asked him if he had the power to toss out some ballots from the general election. Senator Graham has denied those claims. The call is now being investigated as part of a criminal investigation into former President Donald Trump's efforts to overturn his election loss in Georgia. In Washington, lawmakers are taking a break between impeachment and COVID relief. They're publicly reacting to the weekend acquittal of former President Donald Trump and privately working to pass $1,400 stimulus payments for some Americans. Tracy Potts has more from Washington.
The U.S. Senate is taking a break this week, considering the fallout of acquitting former President Trump and where that leaves the Republican Party.
We need to unite the party. Trump plus is the way back in 2022.
I think our leadership will be different going forward.
Democrats now turning to COVID relief, writing up details for a vote next week.
If a month from now, as unemployment checks are at the verge of stopping for 10 million Americans, we can proceed with a Democrat-only bill.
Their proposal includes billions for schools, which the CDC says should be spent on ventilation. The agency says that, plus wearing masks and vaccinating teachers, should get kids safely back to class.
We know that it's possible to reopen schools safely without all of the teachers being vaccinated.
Vice President Harris tells Axios the administration was left with no national strategy.
We're starting from scratch on something that's been raging for almost an entire year.
The U.S. is now halfway to President Biden's goal of 100 million vaccinations in 100 days.
Morehouse College announced the death of its dean and vice president. The historically black all-male college posting on Facebook. Maurice Washington was a mentor to countless students there over his 13 years with the school, a man who was deeply respected and loved. The post did not offer more details about the circumstances surrounding his death. The approved COVID-19 vaccines require 2 doses, and the timing between them is critical. We'll explain why next.
Your commute.
Morning Rush, weekdays 5 to 7 on 11Alive.
We're quite the combo.
Weather changes can make or break your day. That's why the 11Alive storm trackers are always watching what's coming next, delivering accessible and accurate forecasts that prepare you, not scare you. The storm trackers, only on 11Alive.
COVID-19 is still spreading in Georgia. Now get facts, not fear, at 11alive.com/COVID numbers. Track cases by county using our interactive map and get the latest health department data. Visit 11alive.com/COVID numbers.
Health experts fear we're just at the start of another surge.
Residents here are some of the first seniors to get the vaccine.
This epidemic can come to an end.
We do have a flash flood warning that just popped up here.
The fallout of this is just beginning.
The bigger questions are the longer legal ramifications.
Morning news should be both informative and fun.
Gone are the days where we're speaking at you. On Morning Rush, we're speaking with you.
So connect with us. Talk to us.
Think of it as a conversation.
Morning Rush, weekdays, 5 to 7 on 11Alive.
Quick,
Open your phone camera right now, aim it at the screen to download 11Alive's new and improved app. This QR code will take you to the App Store or Google Play. One simple tap gives you enhanced radar, street-level zoom, and severe weather alerts. It's just that easy.
Morning news should be informative and fun.
Yeah, and we do that here on Morning Rush with Verify, Connect the Dots, Why Guy, and more.
We love learning about new things and sharing them with you.
We make the news make sense.
Morning Rush, weekdays 5 to 7 on 11Alive.
The Negro people had to leave. They were told to get out.
White only, no black!
1912, all but one issue has been erased.
We've heard from a lot of seniors who have received one dose of the COVID-19 vaccine and are anxiously awaiting the second. Experts warn that you should not get too worried, though. You don't want to get the second one too soon. Our Why Guy explains why.
Timing is everything. That's true in so many situations, and it's certainly true when it comes to the COVID-19 vaccine. Both the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines require 2 doses, and the timing of each dose is critical in terms of getting the maximum protection offered. And now we're going to explain why. If you get the Pfizer vaccine, you should get your second dose 3 weeks after the first. If you go for the Moderna vaccine, the wait between doses is 28 days. That's what worked when the vaccines were tested in clinical trials.
We'd like people, though, to try and get it right around that either 21 or 28-day mark. I wouldn't get hung up on getting it exactly on that date, but try to get it within a couple of days of that date.
The first shot primes your immune system. As it's ramping up, your immune system is learning about the coronavirus and building a memory it will rely on if it ever encounters the virus. The second dose expands and reinforces that memory. If you get the second shot too soon, it's like interrupting a study session for your big history exam.
And you need to have time for that memory to establish. And so if you rush too much, it's just you don't take advantage of that memory.
Dr. Mark Tompkins of the University of Georgia's Center for Vaccines and Immunology says it's better to get your second dose a little later than too soon.
I think we can certainly take it out further without any ill effects, but I don't know how much further that is.
Which is why public health experts advise getting the second dose as close to the recommended date as possible. Johnson & Johnson is working on a vaccine that would only require 1 dose and could be available by the end of February.
It's like interrupting a study session. If you have a question for Jerry Carnes, our Why Guy, send it to us on Facebook, Twitter, or email. All right, so it's going to be a tough, cold few days, especially for a lot of states that are not used to freezing temperatures or even snow. 44 states could face more ice and Arctic air as a winter storm advances. Harsh conditions impacting states like Oklahoma and Texas. Now, this is a time lapse right here from our sister station out in Dallas. The 30-minute drive shows just how much snow they're getting right now. And the south central United States is bracing for yet another round of freezing temperatures, snow, and ice. So, Chesley, is that system going to affect us right here in Georgia?
Yes, but in the form of rain. You see that time lapse there? They did a good job paving those roads, you know. Typically in the South, you don't invest a whole lot of money in paving roads, but they got them paved up there. All right, so we're looking at just a little light rain right now in our area. We've had that fog and mist this morning, so you've been using your windshield wipers all morning. We'll continue to do that as we head into the afternoon. In fact, I think the rain will intensify as we get toward 3, 4 o'clock this afternoon, especially by 5 when a lot of folks are trying to make their way home. There'll be some heavy rain around the forecast area, and also it's possibility for a couple thunderstorms as well. Right now, light rain from Juneau up there in Dawson County into Forsyth County as well, northern parts of Forsyth County. And you got some spattered sprinkles around the area as well. That's going to continue to be the case as we head through the rest of the afternoon. Temperatures are above the freezing mark just about everywhere you look, even 37 degrees up here in Clayton. But see this deeper blue all around it? Up there in the higher elevations of the North Georgia mountains, temperatures are much, much cooler. So as the precipitation moves in, we'll watch to see if there's any type of sleet maybe mixing in, some freezing rain that may be mixing in with some of the rain. And so we'll watch that, maybe even some snow. Again, up there in the high elevations. Not anticipating much of that because of the mixing factor, but we'll be watching to see if there's any slick roads, and we'll update you, of course, right here. Very warmer, or I shouldn't say very warmer, but instead of the 30s, you got some 40s and even middle 40s down here to the south. You got 45 degrees in Thomaston, 45 also over toward Peachtree City. 5 out of a possible 11 on the wazometer. This is how we rate your weather on a scale from 1 to 11, with 11 being the most perfect day we get have for this time of year. Not quite there. Temperatures below the average. Our average would be right around 57 this time of year. So we need to boost that on up, and we will. And we will as we head toward the middle of the week. But of course, we'll pay for it with more rain pushing in. This is the first system coming through. There'll be another one back behind that. We'll catch a bit of a break, maybe 2 days before the next one starts to slide in, bringing more snow and ice and thunderstorms our way. It looks almost like the same system that's going to be coming through the forecast area, so we'll be watching it. But you can see the damage already done for parts of eastern Texas into Louisiana, Arkansas, over toward western portions of Kentucky and Tennessee, and this extends all the way up into the Northeast. So for us, fortunately, it's all rain. We've got that easterly flow coming in for this afternoon. So it's still a bit cool on the outside. Notice now an enhanced risk. It's a level 3 out of a possible 5 for the southern portions of the state where we are, just a general threat for thunderstorms. So just a clap of thunder or two is all we're expecting to see here in North Georgia. Here it is, our forecast track model. You can follow along with the time right there at the top of the screen. It shows those scattered precipitation around for this afternoon. By late afternoon, that's when we'll start to see some of that heavy rain push through. Again, some embedded thunderstorms are certainly possible. That all shifts to the east by the time we get to 8, 9 o'clock. I suspect all the rain will be out of the way by 10, 11 o'clock. We're going to hold on to the clouds through the overnight. That's where we'll start off on Tuesday morning, but by the afternoon we clear it out, get the sunshine back, but it will be cooler behind that system. So temperatures are highs, at least only in the low 40s on Tuesday. By Wednesday, a few extra clouds roll in, but we should be dry for much of the day. It won't be until the evening that our chance for rain goes back up ahead of that next system that's going to come in. So late Wednesday, going into Thursday, some very heavy rain coming back to us, possibly some thunderstorms, could be some strong to severe thunderstorms as well. We'll watch that for you. 61 degrees will be the high temperature. And then behind that, just in time for the weekend, we begin to clear it out, dry it out as well. Get the sunshine back in here for you Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And those temperatures will start to slowly warm up. 52 on Saturday. Sunday, we're looking at 58 for the high. Francesca, back to you.
Chesley, thank you. According to the CDC, there were more than 2 million COVID-19 vaccines administered on Friday. As more states work to keep numbers trending in the right direction, they're asking for more help to keep them up with the demand. NBC's Gabe Gutierrez has the latest.
This morning, a new scramble in the hunt for the vaccine. New Yorkers with underlying health conditions are now newly eligible. But on Sunday, the demand brought the state's sign-up website to a halt.
Refresh, 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 and then you have to go back through the form again and again and again.
51-year-old Philip Smith has a type of blood cancer.
I want the vaccine. I want America to get back to normal.
Last week, New York announced people ages 16 to 64 with certain underlying health conditions would be eligible starting today, but they'd have just 24 hours to sign up beforehand.
This is going to be a long, anxiety-producing time.
And across the country, as more states begin to expand their vaccine eligibility and pharmacy chains like CVS and Walgreens offer vaccinations, there are more questions.
How will authorities verify that these folks actually have these underlying conditions?
Well, I can tell you here at Mount Sinai, we have started a system where we'll be giving letters to all the patients verifying their underlying condition.
As for overall COVID cases, the nation is trending in the right direction. This chart from the CDC shows daily cases have fallen from more than 300,000 in January to less than 100,000 today, as the spread of more contagious and potentially more deadly variants are now reported in at least 39 states.
We can't let our guard down. We have to continue wearing masks. We have to continue with our current mitigation measures.
For 37-year-old Awa Lamar in New York, who has sickle cell anemia, Sunday was stressful.
If I try to go to the store, I have to constantly think about what risk am I putting myself in.
She spent hours on her phone trying to get an appointment. No luck.
I'm a little nervous about when it will be possible for me to actually get the vaccine because the way things are going, I have no idea.
2 Atlanta small business owners are helping President Joe Biden understand the difficulties of navigating the pandemic. The owners are featured in a new White House video about the issue, and it's the latest in the president's weekly conversations modeled after FDR's fireside chats. Brothers Samir and Neil Adani have owned and operated nonstop for 10 years. And they say since the pandemic hit, their business has been down 75%, and they've lost almost half of their employees. When President Biden heard about their situation, he reached out to them.
What is the greatest need you have now for your restaurants to be able to survive?
Well, the greatest need is for everybody to be vaccinated, because if people aren't out shopping, the economy grinds to a halt.
Now, more than 1.4 million vaccines have already been administered here in our state. And according to the Georgia Department of Public Health, President Biden added that his new relief plan will include tens of billions of dollars in grants for small businesses and a team that will help business owners, like Nonstop, apply for them. Still ahead, many people are skeptical about taking the COVID-19 vaccine. One woman's journey to get answers about the vaccine from professionals.
Weather changes can make or break your day. That's why the 11Alive storm trackers are always watching what's coming next, delivering accessible and accurate forecasts that prepare you, not scare you. For storm trackers, only on 11Alive.
COVID-19 is still spreading in Georgia. Now get facts, not fear, at 11alive.com/COVID numbers. Track cases by county using our interactive map and get the latest health department data. Visit 11alive.com/COVID numbers.
Health experts fear we're just at the start of another surge.
Residents here are some of the first seniors to get the vaccine.
This epidemic can come to an end.
We do have a flash flood warning that just popped up here.
The fallout of this is just beginning.
The bigger questions are the longer legal ramifications.
Getting the COVID-19 vaccine is a decision that requires trusted medical research that many of us don't know much about. It's something that Joy Howard has thought about for months now. The 40-year-old Gwinnett County mother is married with 2 girls and works in insurance. She believes COVID-19 is a real threat. This week, Reveal investigator Andy Parati is taking Joy on a journey to get answers before making her decision about whether to get vaccinated once she and her girls become eligible.
It seems like it's rushed, but I know there's a need for it to be rushed. So then you think about, okay, well, what steps or what requirements were taken out in order for them to get this through quickly. But I just don't know enough, really, to be honest, to say that I need it or I don't.
It's now time for Joy to get to work and put one of our experts in the hot seat. First up, Dr. Jane Morgan.
And you're Joy?
Yes.
Dr. Morgan's resume is long. A cardiologist by training, currently a scientist with Piedmont Healthcare in Atlanta as its clinical director of its COVID task force.
If you've had COVID-19 before, do you need the vaccine?
Right. So the answer to that is yes. You still need the vaccine. It's unclear how long you have immunity or if you have immunity.
Dr. Morgan tells Joy she got the vaccine herself a few weeks ago with little to no side effects. She then explained the Moderna and Pfizer vaccine trials had a higher than average Black representation of volunteers with some promising results.
The only subpopulation that had 0, and I mean no, reports of a positive COVID infection was the Black population.
Time to check back in with Joy after her interview.
So when we first started this process, you were right in the middle. You weren't a hard no or a hard yes. Where are you right now in that needle right now?
Well, the pendulum is swinging a little bit closer to not minding to take the vaccine.
But that's not a yes or no, and there's a lot more Joy wants to know before making a decision.
A very informative piece there, Andy. Thank you. And to hear more of Dr. Morgan's interview with Joy, just visit our website, 11alive.com. And tomorrow on 11 Alive News at noon, we'll follow Joy as she gets a chance to understand more about children and the vaccine.
Weather changes can make or break your day. That's why the 11Alive storm trackers are always watching what's coming next, delivering accessible and accurate forecasts that prepare you, not scare you. For storm trackers, only on 11Alive.
COVID-19 is still spreading in Georgia. Now get facts, not fear, at 11alive.com/COVID numbers. Track cases by county using our interactive map and get the latest health department data. Visit 11alive.com/COVID numbers.
Health experts fear we're just at the start of another surge.
Residents here are some of the first seniors to get the vaccine.
This epidemic can come to an end.
We do have a flash flood warning that just popped up here.
And the fallout of this is just beginning.
The bigger questions are the longer legal ramifications.
Morning news should be both informative and fun.
Gone are the days where we're speaking at you. On Morning Rush, we're speaking with you.
So connect with us. Talk to us. Think of it as a conversation.
Morning Rush weekdays, 5 to 7 on 11Alive.
Quick, open your phone camera right now, aim it at the screen to download 11Alive's new and improved app. This QR code will take you to the App Store or Google Play. One simple tap gives you enhanced radar, street-level zoom, and severe weather alerts. It's just that easy.
Morning news should be informative and fun.
Yeah, and we do that here on Morning Rush with Verify, Connect the Dots, Why Guy, and more.
We love learning about new things and sharing them with you.
We make the news make sense.
Morning Rush, weekdays 5 to 7 on 11Alive.
The Negro people had to leave. They were told to get out.
White only, no black!
1912, all but one issue has been erased.
We haven't had none up here since the 1st of the century.
What's the importance of making sure this history is?
A popular Atlanta restaurant just got a huge surprise from the iconic Mr. Peanut. The owner of Manuel's Tavern on Highland Avenue says he was in danger of closing last year. Neighbors and patrons stepped in, creating a GoFundMe that raised more than $186,000. But that's not all. Last week, Planters announced it was donating an additional $130,000. Planters announced this year, instead of spending $5 million on Super Bowl ads, it was going to donate to those in need of the pandemic. And of course, we are still following that breaking news from earlier. Here's a live look for you at a semi hanging off of an overpass near the downtown connector and Langford Parkway. Southbound lanes are closed right now as rescuers respond to this. We'll have more information on 11alive.com. Thank you so much for watching.
Street level, he goes next level. Together, we make sure you get to work on time. Morning Rush, weekdays 5 to 7 on 11Alive. Hey, quick, open up your phone camera right now. Aim it at the screen to download 11Alive's new and improved app. This QR code will take you right to the App Store or Google Play. One simple tap gives you enhanced radar, street-level zoom, and severe weather alerts. It's just that easy. Atlanta roads are my thing. ITP, OTP, Ponce, Piedmont, all the peach trees. Combined with Chesley's street-level forecast, that's a lot of tech and experience to help your commute.
Morning Rush, weekdays 5 to 7 on 11Alive.
We're quite the combo.
Weather changes can make or break your day. That's why the 11Alive storm trackers are always watching what's coming next, delivering accessible and accurate forecasts that prepare you, not scare you. For storm trackers, only on 11Alive.
COVID-19 is still spreading in Georgia. Now get facts, not fear, at 11alive.com/COVID numbers. Track cases by county using our interactive map and get the latest health department data. Visit 11alive.com/COVID numbers.
Health experts fear we're just at the start of another surge.
Residents here are some of the first seniors to get the vaccine.
This epidemic can come to an end.
We do have a flash flood warning that just popped up here.
And the fallout of this is just beginning.
The bigger questions are the longer legal ramifications.
Morning news should be both informative and fun.
Gone are the days where we're speaking at you. On Morning Rush, we're speaking with you.
So connect with us. Talk to us.
Think of it as a conversation.
Morning Rush weekdays 5 to 7 on 11Alive.
Quick, open your phone camera right now, aim it at the screen to download 11Alive's new and improved app. This QR code will take you to the App Store or Google Play. One simple tap gives you enhanced radar, street-level zoom, and severe weather alerts. It's just that easy.
Morning news should be informative and fun.
Yeah, and we do that here on Morning Rush with Verify, Connect the Dots, Why Guy, and more.
We love learning about new things and sharing them with you.
We make the news make sense.
Morning Rush, weekdays 5 to 7 on 11Alive.
The Negro people had to leave. They were told to get out.
White only, no black!
1912, all but one issue has been erased.
We haven't had none up here since the 1st of the century.
What's the importance of making sure this history isn't erased?
So that it doesn't happen again.
Is your morning routine feeling a little routine?
Then mix it up
Morning Rush is different.
It's the fast-paced news you need
with all the energy of your morning coffee.
Come see the difference on Morning Rush weekdays on 11Alive.
Weather can't run from the all-new 11Alive Thunder Truck, a mobile weather center with the power and speed to chase down the strongest storms and bring you on-the-ground conditions. The 11Alive Thunder Truck, sponsored by Landmark Dodge.
Here in Atlanta, bad weather means bad traffic. A few drops of rain could destroy a commute. But that's where my man Crash Clark comes in. I go street level, he goes next level. Together, we make sure you get to work on time. Morning Rush, weekdays 5 to 7 on 11Alive. Hey, quick, open up your phone camera right now. Aim it at the screen to download 11Alive's new and improved app. This QR code will take you right to the App Store or Google Play. One simple tap gives you enhanced radar, street-level zoom, and severe weather alerts. It's just that easy.
Atlanta roads are my thing. ITP, OTP, Ponce, Piedmont, all the peach trees. Combined with Chesley's street level forecast, that's a lot of tech and experience to help your commute.
Morning Rush, weekdays 5 to 7 on 11Alive.
We're quite the combo.